Hello students, I miss you so much. I hope you're ready to go with your next step on the beaded loom bracelet, okay? So for today, you need your loom that you should have. If these pieces have fallen out, they just slide on here. They should go between the screw, and this knot, or this screw is gonna hold the knot to your strings later, so that's important too. So if you have that, you need some string, which I should have put in your kit. A needle, which again I should have put in your kit. This is a little tool to help us thread the needle. If you want to use that, you can. And then your beads, if you're ready to go with that. The instructions are in your packet on the second page. We're just gonna do warping the loom and weaving the beads, and then I'll do finishing the bracelet at a different time. Also, you should have your sketch somewhere right in front of you too, so you're ready to go. And yeah, that's it. This should be pretty easy once you get the hang of it. So email me if you have any questions, please. Okay, everybody. So I'm ready to go with your looms now. We're gonna warp our loom. You're gonna need string, your loom. You will need a scissors, which was not in your kit, so I hope you have one, and then your sketch that's done. So the first thing is, if you don't have these pieces, they kind of hook into these little grooves right here. They should go on either side of that screw, and you can actually tighten it so that it stays in place if you want to, okay? If they're really loose and they roll around a lot, you can do that on either side. So if you have your sketch, you can actually count how many beads across it is, and mine is 13 beads across. And then you would just want to add one to that, and that's how many strings you need on your loom, okay? So I need 14 strings for my loom to get started on my bracelet. So this is going to be a long video for you, but all we're going to do is kind of roughly measure the string from this screw on this little wooden rod to this one. Okay, and I'm going to do that 14 times. Okay, and that's 14, so then I'm cutting it off here. Also, I should have mentioned this before, but you can see on these bracelets, or you can just line up your seed beads and see how wide you really want your bracelet to be on your wrist, because maybe you like or don't like that width, okay? So just for reference, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is pretty much what my bracelet's gonna look like width-wise. Versus you can see this one is a little bit skinnier, and so is this one. So that's something you maybe should have planned on too. Sorry, I didn't tell you that sooner. Okay, so once you have your string, I'm just gonna go back and forth from the screws on either side. And this can just go in any groove right now. This is just gonna help us be able to knot it on either side. Should I double check that there's 14? We'll trust the process. So then I'm just gonna gather the strings on one end, and I'm gonna make a knot. And pull it all through there. I'm gonna try to keep it as close to the edge as I can. And then we're just gonna put this back. I'm just gonna divide those strings roughly in half and wrap that back around the screw. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm just gonna pull them all off together if I can. And then make a knot back here. And try to keep that close to the end also. There you go. And then I'm just gonna do the same thing on this side and put that halfway through my loom, okay? And we want tension, that's good. You can tighten these later too if it's not stuck on there enough. And then what we do is, usually I use a needle to help with this. You can start with just your fingers if you want to, but you're gonna put each string in a different groove on this loom, right next to each other. So sometimes it helps with the needle. Just get it where you want it to go. And they all should be, you know, one space away. Okay, so there you have it. And then you just can scooch these out a little bit if you want them to be tighter on here, but this is pretty good. So that's it. That's how you warp your loom.